President goes to Benue this morning.
Yes, that's right.
And is going to meet all stakeholders, all. And there's going to be a town hall. I don't know if it's going to be different from Balablu, but that's going to be.
I think it's going to be different.
You think it's going to be different? There's going to be a town hall meeting. He has reacted a bit slowly, but I hope so far. The president should not run away from taking some very strong decisions, believe you me. And I think one of the decisions he will be thinking of, he should and will be thinking of, is how to bring about change in the security network. How effective. This is a failure of Intel in the first instance. How effective is this? And I think I can say this, my opinion is that, and I'm saying this quite responsibly, and I'm not faffing about it, is that the NSA has been too involved in political things. It is possible he has been distracted. So I think the president might want to be thinking of putting somebody who is better focused 100% on these security issues and is less exposed to the efforts to keep the president in government to the end of his tenure and beyond. That is my view. I think the NSA, Ribadu, I think has been distracted politically. This is a hands-on job. It's a hands-on job. In fact, the NSA should not even have the time to be seen, to be granted. It should be totally focused, because I think that is the primary unit, because that's where the intel comes from. But well, I've not been in government. I don't know about these things. But my view is that the NSA has been distracted. And when I recommend that it should be changed, I don't mean it should be sacked from his job for non-performance. No, but the president might need somebody who is more focused, 100% on the job.
Right, indeed. Let's quickly move ahead to our next story, because I was actually going to ask you whether you think that this could be more than a condolence visit by the president, or it is what it is, a condolence visit.
Well, I hope not, because he has mobilized everything. That's what we read in the papers. Abuja should be empty by now. He has mobilized everything, even the retired, all stakeholders, retired generals, all of them, retired military men, stakeholders, politicians. He plans to meet with all of them. So I think he's serious about it. He knows the implications. And I think that what I don't know is if we'll have the gravitas to take very firm decisions. Because the president himself, unfortunately, but that's his calling, seems to be more engrossed in politics than in governance. I still had the time yesterday to go and do some funny thing called flag off of some INEC headquarters. I don't know when we are going to rid ourselves of this kind of wastage. For the past 2 weeks, front pages of the newspapers have carried very expensive adverts, advertising flag off, commissioning. I don't know when we are going to go through all that. I didn't even think he would have the time to go to attend a flag off. What is all that nonsense? Where's all that nonsense? The president too needs to sit down to do the job. At least it needs to be seen to be sitting down to do it. Yesterday, could easily have said, let me send somebody to go and represent me. I'm very busy. I'm having consultations far and wide. But the president seems to be more focused on politicking. Fair enough. But it's bad enough then that his NSA is also has his eyes on politics and politicking. So I hope that he makes the necessary adjustment. It doesn't also help that his chief of staff is also a politician. He needs technocrats who will be on the grind and ready to do the job and give proper directives. The NSA the other day asked what has happened. They had a meeting, said the president has given directives. It's not the president giving directives. We have professionals there. They should tell him what to do. And then all he needs to do is approve. Okay, fine, approval. But if you are waiting, you go to a meeting and you are waiting for him to give you directives to do ABC, we have a problem. We have a problem.
There's another situation that I'd love to get your opinion on, your thoughts on, which is what happened in Benue when that incident occurred. The governor, gave wrong figures as to the number of casualties, and quite a number of people have been talking about it, that maybe the governor is actually not, on top of this game, because whilst he was doing that, the Pope, all the way from the Vatican, was giving almost the correct figures, of what had happened in his own state. What do you think could be going on?
Well, it's part of the Nigerian, I'm sorry to say, tolerance for incompetence. Have you forgotten, Sheriff? I don't know now, I haven't observed it lately. Have you forgotten that even Nigerian papers, Nigerian media, used to quote BBC reports on Nigerian matters? You see that according to the BBC, and the man's competence, the governor's competence, as shown clearly by the directive that, because that one shows the kind of mind that he has, telling people to come out and welcome the president and so on and so forth. That already shows his competence level. But that shouldn't bother you, because in our constitution, I think you need stances or so to become governor, president stances. We need to up the ante. If you are not qualified to be the MD of a multinational, honestly, how do you put a state or whatever in such hands? But we seem to lie about it to ourselves. We seem to gloss over it, and that's what we are paying for. Yes.